Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I know yesterday's video got released pretty late in the day, but not gonna skimp out on you twice in a row. So I am still doing this a little late, but however, today we're gonna discuss a handheld that I bought right when it released. Okay, forever ago. I love the idea of it. I really wanted one. You can already see it sitting there. It's not the original one I bought. I picked this one up off the same place I get everything for a fraction of the cost. I couldn't pass it up. It's too good of a deal. Now, they said it wasn't working right. It had issues. Half the stuff wouldn't play, and there wasn't but maybe 10 games on it. So they didn't know what they had. They didn't know how to set it up. So I figured, why not show it off? I've already added more to it, but I haven't tested it after that, so we're going to test it together. And I decided I'd pull out some other clamshells. You know, why not? Little size comparison here. I mean, you already know the FunKey S is a tiny guy, and they sent it with the lanyard attached. I'll probably pull that off because you don't want to carry something like this as a keychain. I mean, you don't want it on your key ring. It's going to get beat to shit by all your keys. So looks like today we have a good old-fashioned clam bake, right? And we would have a Miu flip right here. But, yeah, we pre-ordered that. It was supposed to ship before the 30th of last month. It did not. 3 days later, I contact them. Oh, no, it's not a problem. We're just behind. We'll get it shipped. 3 days later, yes, there actually is a problem. Can you change the color you want? Okay, let's change the color. And they're like, okay, it's shipping today. They send me tracking saying it's shipped. It's been 11 days or so now. The tracking number doesn't work. It doesn't go to anything. I had to reach out to them. They haven't answered back yet. So I guess I could say that's the last fucking time I order from Keep Retro. Okay? If they don't like it, they can clam it up their ass. Anyway, Keep Retro is just fucking me around on this deal. I have no idea if this thing's ever going to show up. So I don't care. If it does, I'll do a video just on that. The Miu Flip misses out on this one. Okay? So this is the FunKey S. It's been out for a little while. They retail pretty high for what the size of it. I mean, they're 68, 78 bucks. I think after like shipping before the changes in shipping. I think right around 80 bucks you can get one shipped to you. They have all different colors. They have the indigo colors, the atomic purple. They have like the see-through blue one, which is the one I used to have. They have just a white one. They have just a midnight black one, which I really like the midnight black one. They have pink. They have, the standard gray. I mean, they have all kinds, guys. Yellow, whatever. When I got this originally, absolutely loved it. It's tiny as shit, but it's the best little micro handheld I've ever used. Now, you only get L and R, so a lot like the RG Nano. You have to look up a list of games for like PS1 that do not need L2, R2. And there's a good list out there. And yes, this will play up to PS1. Not that it's going to be comfortable or fun, but it will. Let's get it turned on. I mean, and just look at the size comparison here. I mean, and here's my boxy pixel hinged. I mean, he's a tiny little guy. Let's open the screen all the way. Locks right into place. Has just a little angle to it. Now, like I said, they set this up, or they sent it to me saying it didn't work right. There wasn't much on it. They didn't know if it would work for me or not. So we're gonna find out, like I said. And the boot up process is right now not giving me any faith. I did dig into it though when I plugged it up, because you don't get a micro SD slot with this. You have 32 gig internal on this guy. I believe you can open it up. I think, yeah, I think if you open it up, there is a micro SD slot. It's just not accessible from the outside. But you can plug it in using the worst connector possible, the micro USB. Plug it into your computer. It'll pop up. It'll read it, take you right into it, so you don't actually need to pull the SD card out to add anything. And then you can just do your file transfer over that. I mean, micro USB sucks, but it is what it is. Now, typically with this, if you close it, you get the shutdown effect. So let's see if we can force that to reboot real quick, since it wasn't wanting to boot. Look at that, just a quick little reboot. Okay, let's adjust brightness. That way you guys can see it. There we go. So this runs off FunKey's operating system, which a lot of companies for their little nano handhelds took the operating system from FunKey and used it for their own. So like the Nano, Pow Kitties, I never get the model right, but it's the little Q whatever. They have a red one, a yellow one, and they're little micro horizontal handhelds. I always kind of wanted to mess with one of those, but I mean, come on, the price is too high for that, especially for a Pow Kitty device. I mean, the hell with that. But so yeah, they did the operating system right for this little guy. It works very well, and all you do is hit your little button right there, and you get brightness. You can change your theme. Let's jump to classic. Give it a quick little reboot, which I guess this was already on classic. Let's go back to theme. Let's do that. Maybe themes won't change. Nope, themes are changing. Okay. So it does act a little funny, but I'm going to chalk it up to the last owner. And you change your launcher, power down. If you plug it into your computer and it doesn't read it, in this menu, it'll pop up and say, you'll see a menu option that says mount USB. Hit A on that. Do not close it after you mount USB. Leave the window up, because the next option it has is eject. So leave it up. Computer will read it. Do your file transfer, then hit eject. Wait a couple seconds for it to finish, and then it'll close. Okay? Now, when you get one of these, it comes in a tiny little box. Okay. Inside the box, you get extra sets of buttons, and they're all attached. So if you open it up, you'll see that this has everything still attached. It comes out in one piece. Then you can just lay the new one in. Now, I do know from experience of the last one that I can separate the buttons, and if I want the gray D-pad and like green buttons, I can do that. It's fine. You can separate them if you want, but you know, do it at your own risk, I guess. So let's jump right into some gameplay. Let's see how well it's working, okay? Because I haven't been able to test gameplay yet. Oh yeah, looking good. Where's my volume at? Okay. I always set up a fast forward button for Nintendo, or for Game Boys, and well, Nintendo too. And if I have L2R2, Super Nintendo. Come on. Yep, let's jump right into it. That's where we want to go. You better stop him. You guys have never played the Game Boy version of Darkwing Duck. It's a really fun Mega Man-ish style game, but it's also fucking merciless. It's actually pretty hard. Full volume test, everybody. Oh yeah. So at full volume, it's not gonna like clear the room out. People aren't gonna be telling you to shut it off. But it's plenty loud, I guess. I mean, I can hear it just fine. I don't feel like I'm lacking anything. And it's running like Darkwing Duck on Game Boy. Let's do this. You can also, where's it at? That is your save states, load state. There we go. Aspect ratio, so it's set to stretched now. Let's go to scale. There we go. So now we get a little border on the top and bottom, but the pixels are a little clearer. Not that they were bad. Go back to stretch. I think I'm going to leave it at stretched on this one. Alright, let's exit. The fucking lanyard's got to come off of there. Let's jump over to color. That's a quick one to get into. So it doesn't look like anything's being cut off by the aspect ratio. We still just get... that's not too bad. Scaled on here. Oh, see, there's your black bars at the top and bottom. So because the screen's a little rounded, the way they did the bezels, it does cut off a little right there. See? Nothing that I would miss, I guess. Well, that looks good. I like the screen. I like the colors. I mean, it's not going to be the best of anything. Like, it's not going to beat out most other, like, almost any other device screen-wise. And we're just going to load up one of these and we're not going to get into it. We're just going to look at the opening here. So, yeah, it's not going to be a better screen than, like, the hinged with the IPS or the 35XX SP. But you're getting all this in this tiny little package. And look, that's not bad. I mean, it's not like a deep red on there. It's more of an orange color, but you got nice little speakers. Let me see. Oh yeah, and plenty loud on that. And because of its size, it's not going to be the most comfortable handheld. It's more of a novelty purchase like the rest of them. With little nano handhelds like this, what I like to do myself is I like to play like RPG games. Something I don't have to sit there and quickly hit other buttons on. I can take my time and make choices. Let's load up Good Boy and see if it'll load up Good Boy Galaxy for GBA. Oh yeah. Sounds good. I mean, that's legible. Let's see what else we got. See, yeah, you change over to GBA, you add cropped, and now it's cutting off a lot of the image on the side. Scaled. Still completely legible, but big black bars top and bottom. Zoomed. A little less cut off than cropped. Stretched. So aspect ratio won't be correct, but you can read the screen better. It looks fine on stretched. I really don't mind this at all. And of course you get your L and R buttons. Little clicky guys over here. Alright, we're going to jump out of that one. So that works. Let's do regular Nintendo test. Let's jump into Skyhawk. What do we got for Nintendo options on the screen? Stretched, cropped, stretched. Okay. Hell, let's go ahead and do cropped and see what it looks like. Yeah, Nintendo, it's about the same. And if you're curious, the sound's fine. That's just how this game sounds. If you've never played Captain Skyhawk, that's the sound they make the, the engine sound for the jet. Anyway, Nintendo, running great. So far I'd say this is a win for the price I got it for. They clearly didn't know what they had or how to use it or how to put anything on it. And as always, I did offer, like, hey, if you want, I can troubleshoot it with you. You know, it's not going to charge you for it, and then you could fix it and sell it. And they were like, no, we're not interested in that. We just want to get rid of it. And I get a lot of people on there that are like, oh, I don't have a computer. You fucking liar. You just don't want to look stupid. I don't remember what system we're playing here. What the hell am I playing and why can't I do anything? Oh, there we go. Get some. Stretched, cropped, scaled. Let's look at scaled. Yeah, once again, don't feel like I'm missing anything, but volume definitely got weird when I moved it down one. Oh, that was Game Gear. That's why it was running like shit. I don't like Game Gear. What else? Master System. See how well Master System runs. Just pops right up. Boom, Master System. Yeah. I think I'm just going to leave everything unstretched. I'm not a perfectionist, man. It doesn't got to be pixel perfect to me. I don't think I've ever really played anything on Master System. Oh, holy shit. Do I have to like shift? Is there a shift button? Oh no, that's a turbo I'm hitting. Okay. Fuck you, Master System. Runs fine though. Just exit out. Genesis. I skipped over Super Nintendo. I know you guys are thinking that. Because they said Super Nintendo had a lot of different issues. And I'm worried that if I go into Super Nintendo early, it's, yeah, gonna like freeze or lock up. So I want to test everything else out first. Wow, dude. Genesis is loud as fuck. Gotta love the 6-button thing. Runs really well though. Jeez. I mean, that is pretty damn smooth. I'm trying to get to... I love my camera setup here. It won't autofocus when I need it to, and it autofocuses when I don't want it to. I suck at Comic Zone, but runs really well. I don't think I have anything. These are not mine. Okay, I don't want to do PC Engine. I don't know where those files came from. Same with links. Neo Geo Pocket should be my stuff. Looks like Neo Geo Pocket's gonna run just fine. Little bust a move action. Oh yeah. So if you are interested in a FunKey, I didn't put any Wonder Swan on it either. Okay, let's exit that. I did put one PlayStation game on it. No, looks like PlayStation is going to need some work. Okay, so that's the PlayStation thing they were talking about, but also they didn't have anything on there, so I don't know if they knew what they were doing at all, but I'll fix the PlayStation thing. Could be file format issue, whatnot. You know what? I didn't even add a BIOS for it, so it's not going to run anyway. But if you are interested in picking up a FunKey S, this is the first one I've ever encountered that has any problems, and clearly just restructuring some things fixed every problem almost with this. I'm sure PlayStation is just a file format issue. You know, some emulators, handhelds, whatever, some of them like the PlayStation file to be labeled PSX. Some of them want a capital P. Some of them won't read it if it's a capital P. Some of them won't read it if there's a file within or a folder within a folder, you know. So it just takes some tweaking, and then I'll kick a BIOS on it. It'll probably work fine. They did say issues with Super Nintendo, but this is the first one I've ever encountered that had issues, supposedly. Obviously, they messed with it after they got it and fucked something up. Everyone I've ever used, and I've used probably 4 different FunKey S's between mine, my sponsors, and other people's I've met. All of them work flawlessly. They last. The hinge, they killed the hinge thing way before like they released theirs. You know, this was after the V90, but before any other little clamshell came out. FunKey came out with this little micro guy. And honestly, they killed it. I love this little handheld so much. My last one, I played through all of Chrono Trigger on it. You're not going to get long battery life out of it either. I'm also going on record and say that. Full charge on my first one, I would probably get 2 hours-ish, depending on the system I was playing, 2 hours of gameplay. So it really is one of those handhelds that it's meant to be thrown in like the small pocket on your jeans, you know, above that right side pocket, that little itty-bitty pocket that I normally roll up cash and stick in there. It fits in there. Don't hook it to your keys. And, you know, if you find yourself in a waiting room or grocery shopping with the wife, whatever, you can pull this out, mess with it all you want. God, the music, the Chrono Trigger, I love it so much. Okay, I don't see an issue with Super Nintendo, like they were saying. So let's exit out. Yeah, no issue with Super Nintendo. And to tell you what they said it didn't run right, and they said they couldn't exit a game. Now, I went in and they had a config file in each folder that looked like it was something they got from GitHub, maybe. Yeah, I removed all that bullshit. I took this thing damn near back to stock. I don't know where. I didn't even see. Where is it? I didn't even see Lynx or PC Engine listed unless I look right past them. So, and I don't want to use one of their ROMs. I don't know where the hell they got them. I don't know how it's going to run. I'm not going to do that. But anyway, real quick test. Let's just pick a Game Boy game again. We'll jump back into Darkwing Duck. And look at that. Forgot to show you guys that feature. That you can exit a game, go back in, and you can hit resume. You can also scroll one up or down or whatever and hit new game and start at the menu. But it does have a resume feature. Now while we're playing, I should be able to close it. I like the little FunKey symbol on the hinge. And now I should be able to do this. Nope. Okay, doesn't resume like it should. Nope, it does. Ha ha! Oh, I got worried it was just starting over. They got all in my head with this thing has problems. So this tiny little guy, would I say, I mean, is it worth the price? Well, everything's worth the price if it's something you really want or you're really going to love, okay? No one should ever give you shit about that. If you like something or really want something, you know, if it's whatever, it's your money. You know what I mean? Now, if this was like a $200 thing, yeah, I'd probably be on here just bashing the shit out of it. But it's well built. I've honestly, even this one, I would pay retail for and not be mad. I don't really notice any problems with it. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't really get super hot. Like, you can tell when it's on. It gets, you know, probably between your hands and the battery in there. Probably gets just above room temperature, so not hot really. The hinge does not feel like it's gonna break or snap. The buttons got a nice soft clickiness to them. You can close it. Now, I got to go into the settings and fix that. Did you see when I opened it, it was powering on? I don't want it to power on every time I open it. I would like to power it on myself, but that was powering on. See? And there's ways to change all that. I don't remember where to go to do that, but there's ways to change all that. And now it's running. Yeah, now it's checking the partition and all that because I opened it and then closed it real quick. So now it's doing a system check. And you can see the backlighting show up on the shell. Whenever that goes away or whenever this menu ends, you won't see that. You even looked earlier when I flipped it around, you didn't see the lights. That's just a little bleed through because of the color choice. I mean, and if you get one of the transparent colors, you'll see that now and again. If you get like the black, you're not going to see it. So, and now it's just going to act all goofy because I did that. So I'm going to close it. Anyway, and let's do real quick. Closed. I mean, look. And for size comparison, you already know Anbernic's SP is a little bigger than the original. But FunKey S, guys. Honestly, out of all the little tiny micro handhelds, anything smaller than like the Miu Mini, this is my favorite. Hands down my favorite. I love this thing. It's well built. It's awesome. You can stick it in your pocket. And because it's a clamshell, it got a little extra protection on the screen. You're not going to scratch it up actually throwing this in your pocket. And out of all the handhelds I have, I always say that I wouldn't throw an expensive handheld just in my pocket. This is probably the only one I'd be okay with. Because of the pocket I could put it in, nothing's going to happen to it. And it's closed. This, yeah, you could do the same thing, but this is kind of a big bitch to throw in your pocket, man. I already carry 2 cell phones on me and shit. I don't want to carry this big, massive fucker when I can throw this in my pocket and play some Game Boy or Nintendo or Super Nintendo, which I'll probably, because of the control layout, play the shit out of some Super Nintendo with this. So, go check them out, man. They're worth it. FunKey S, they're worth my money. And I've always kind of wanted to collect all the colors. And they used to do like this mystery purchase. Like you can go purchase a mystery FunKey S. And you could get lucky and get like an unreleased color. And they did it for like the Snow White one, the Midnight one. Before they were just available. You had to get lucky and get them. And I still really want the black one. Because I think it'd be badass to have a little black one. And throw like some custom buttons on there. And they got other color styles for the buttons. They got like galaxy style buttons and shit. So, and if you hop on Etsy, you can even get some little stickers for it. Make it look like a Super Nintendo. Get the Indigo one. Make it look like a little Game Boy or a little GameCube. So, yeah. What do you guys think about the FunKey? Do any of you actually have a FunKey? Have you used it? If you have any questions about it, hit me up in the comments. But yeah, this is definitely one of those that is, in its category, is my favorite. I will probably carry this just non-stop. I mean, this will probably rest in a pocket somewhere in my bag, and I will always have it with me, and I could always pull it out and use it. The only negative, okay, you're buying this knowing the size, so I'm not going to say the size is a negative, because if you get it and you're shocked by the size, you're stupid. The only negative is that micro USB. It's the only thing I hate about it. I love absolutely everything else about this. Get rid of that stupid ass lanyard. Yeah, I hate the lanyard too, but I hate the lanyard on everything. So, All right, guys, I'm going to end it here. I got shit to do like always. We got plenty coming down the pipeline, guys. We did kind of a count on what's coming in, and I think right now we're somewhere between 6 and 9 handhelds on the way. So some of them are old, you know, bringing back some relics. Some of them are brand new shit coming out, like the Absolute Pro or whatever, however you want to call that fucking thing. The Retroid Classic, you know, new stuff. I also got some oldies coming out. I picked up a couple oldies the other day for prices I just couldn't ignore. I mean, these are prices. This is like my son walked up to me and asked me to buy him some candy type of prices. So I couldn't skip them, you know. Like this thing I got for less than half of what it's worth. And yeah, can't beat that. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next episode.